Hello and welcome to the Fast Forward podcast, episode number 1, with me, your host, Nicole, also known as PitStopNic. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode and having a listen. I'm really excited to be bringing you all along on this journey to chat to some amazing different people in the motorsport world. For today's episode, I am partnering with TeamViewer and F1 Academy to bring you this very special interview with Doriane Pin. I have watched her career develop over the past few years and she is such an exciting talent. So if you haven't already watched her racing, I would definitely recommend it. But this interview should hopefully give you a bit more insight into who she is off the track, but also how she races and her aspirations for the future. But before we jump into the interview, it is definitely worth mentioning the new TeamViewer report in partnership with Loughborough University London. So they did a study on women in sport tech and spoke to people in 25 different countries, did over 150 different surveys and lots of deep dives into people's real lived experiences. So hopefully you'll see some of those insights fed through into the chat that I have with Doriane. And of course, all of these insights will help shape the partnership between TeamViewer and F1 Academy. A bit of background on Doriane before we jump in. So she is currently in her second season of F1 Academy. After finishing second in the standings last year, she is definitely on the hunt to win the title this year. She is representing Mercedes-AMG F1 and is part of their junior driver program, but the team is operated by Prema that she is driving with for F1 Academy. Her breakthrough into competitive racing came back in 2022 when she joined the Iron Dames project, and since then she has had a lot of success driving GTs, prototypes, and now of course single-seaters. She is adaptable, fierce on track, and is known as the Pocket Rocket. So please welcome Doriane to the Fast Forward podcast. Welcome to the podcast, the Fast Forward podcast. It's the very first episode. You're my very first guest. It's very exciting to be able to chat to you today. How are you doing, first of all?
Good. And you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a crazy few years for you. How are you in all of the chaos of it all?
I'm fine. Living my best life, obviously.
Good.
Yeah, it has been a lot in the last few years, but I'm trying to enjoy as much as possible. But obviously the last 2 years, being in F1 Academy driver, it's becoming, something bigger, and but it's cool. It's cool for me and for my career.
Yeah, and how are you dealing with all the travel? Because I know that jet lag can be quite heavy to deal with, especially going across the globe. Obviously, you've got your F1 Academy calendar alongside all of your other racing and endurance bits. So how do you deal with the travel?
Yeah, I'm dealing quite well, to be honest.
Good.
Surprising myself, but I have a app that I follow.
For your sleep schedules and things like that?
Yeah, sleep,
nice.
caffeine and stuff.
Okay,
so
wow.
Very interesting. And basically I switch 3 days before I'm traveling. And when I arrive on site, basically I'm on the timing.
Already.
Yeah.
Forward planning.
But I'm sleeping quite good, to be honest. So
good.
Yeah.
Good. How do you sleep on a race weekend? Is it easy to get to sleep, or does it feel like the night before a race is almost like Christmas the next day? You know, when you're like,
yeah, it's a bit hard when it's Saturday night or Friday night, but no, I'm sleeping quite good, to be honest. But I like when I'm in the bed and switching off and just sleep.
Do you have quite a thorough sleep routine where you're like earplugs in? Because some people listen to like white noise and stuff, or are you pretty?
No, I like calm. Okay. No music, nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. Silence.
Yeah.
Pitch
Silence.
Black? Yeah. I'm the same, to be fair. No, I mean, I'm not an athlete, so it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, nice. Okay, well, let's start with some quickfire questions.
Okay.
Just to get to know you a bit better. Okay. And then we'll move on to some more of the topics. So, First up, describe how you're feeling today in one word.
Cool.
Oh, I like that. And what is your ideal way to spend a free Sunday?
In the sea.
In the sea?
Yeah.
Okay. Swimming or just chilling?
Just chilling.
Or on a boat even?
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah, on a boat?
Why not?
You were just in Monaco?
Yeah, if you propose me, I go for it.
Yeah. And what is your favourite track on the F1 Academy calendar?
Good question. Jeddah.
Nice. And street circuit or purpose-built track?
Street.
Nice. And what is one thing that you're currently trying to get better at off track?
Media.
I think you're doing quite a good job.
Yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
And final question, what is one thing that you always travel with that is not racing related? I'm putting you on the spot here.
My pyjama.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
It makes sense, no?
Yeah. Do you have anything that's like entertainment? Like, do you take books with you, or do you listen to podcasts, or what's your like entertainment for these long flights?
Watching film.
Yeah. That's a good way to pass the time.
Oh, I'm doing my notes for the weekend and stuff, but
Yeah, always on.
yeah, always on, always.
I made the mistake of watching Interstellar when I was on a plane once.
Yeah.
And then I was looking out the plane window and it was nighttime and I was like having a crisis. Like, does the world exist?
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to be careful about the kind of films that you're watching.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
Especially if it's like a sad film. You know, you're trying to get in the mindset for
because
racing.
you cannot cry as well because everybody's
I've
around.
done that too many times.
Yeah.
What kind of films do you watch? Do you have a specific like that you like? Just
Like drama.
Drama, okay.
No, I like sport related, obviously.
Yeah. Nice. A variety.
Storytelling.
Depends what you're in the mood for, I guess.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take it back a little bit. So I know that you started karting at a really young age. How did you actually get into racing? What was the motivation, or what was the process like with your family and actually physically starting racing?
So basically, my dad did some go-karts when he was obviously younger. Then he had me, and he organized some karting events for like companies and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was in the racetrack with him.
Yeah.
Not racing, but just watching, being involved in the event and stuff, you know, like even if I was 5, I was following everything. And
5 years old.
5, 6 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was quite small and quite young as well. Yeah. But I was doing so obviously you can start motorsport, go-karting at around 6 years old, but I was too small. Like my son, I had 3 years of delay in my in my
Was
growth.
it height-wise or weight? Because obviously if you're lighter, you're going to get really quick.
No, because in go-kart you have the same weight, so you put in
true.
ballast. Yeah. But no, it was the height. It was I was way too small.
Yeah.
So I did other sport like before. So I start with tennis, breakdance.
Breakdancing.
Yeah.
I'm getting to know you better today.
This is a secret.
Breakdancing. Do you still dance?
I can do something, but not here.
Do you have any specific moves that you could do? Like a headstand?
I don't have the words in English, but I can do some thing in the floor. Yeah.
Do you remember with the Olympics, with all of the breakdance?
Yeah.
Now it's a sport.
Now
that could have been you.
Yeah. But I hope it's
think you're doing quite well at racing.
So I did this, and then when I had the height, I started go-karts.
Yeah.
I tried, and obviously I fell in love with it. So I stopped tennis, I stopped breakdance. I just want to go racing. Yeah. And my dad was my mechanic until my last races in go-kart. It's a family story,
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. And how did you find growing up with racing? How did you balance the racing and the schoolwork? And, because most kids will be just going to school and maybe having some sports hobbies, but not racing competitively. So how did you balance that?
Yeah, obviously you're away from school a lot. So you have to... my dad was saying, if you're good at school, we go racing. Otherwise, we don't. So obviously, it was very strict. Yeah, obviously. But I think balance I was doing good until the last year was tough. Obviously, when you get older and when you have more thing in your head and you just want to focus on racing, you don't want to go to school. But I had my final exam, so it was okay. But when I was young, it was fine, to be honest. Yeah. And I had a friend that print me all the homework and the notes and put it in my box, in my house. Good friend, yeah. So, this for many years, to be honest, but I did it quite well. Yeah.
And did you have any motorsport role models that you looked up to that were people that you admired, whether that's male, female, Formula One, other series, endurance racing?
Yeah, motorsport, obviously, starting watching Formula One when I was 5, it was Lewis Hamilton. So, yeah, I've met him now, and
very special that you're
amazing.
Yeah, you've spent time together, I'm sure, in the paddocks and things.
Yeah, last year, obviously, he was racing still with Mercedes, and it was unbelievable to meet the one that I was looking at when I was younger. But in terms of female, I was looking at skiing as well, alpine skiing.
Yeah.
And Michaela Schifrin was one of the one I was looking at too.
Yeah.
Obviously, in motorsport, you didn't have any women in F1 at that time.
But now,
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's so many young girls and boys that are looking up to you guys in F1 Academy now and making it seem more possible. In the Team Viewer report, with focusing on women in sport and tech, they look at how important it is to have representation, and seeing someone makes you believe that you can achieve it more. So how do you feel now about people looking up to you and seeing you as that person that inspires them to maybe start karting or start racing?
Yeah, I think it's really good for the sport, and it feels good. Obviously, we have a role to be and to bring into to life and to share with the one that follow, and it's important to have role model, as I said, because now young girls can have a model to look at after it, and this is cool. And obviously when we are sharing this on track, or with the media right now is being up in the right way, and we can talk more about it. So it's very interesting, and I like this role because I'm sure we're gonna see more young girls coming up in soon in motorsport or in life or in business or whatever. To be honest, we just have to see more equality in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So with being that role model figure, being in F1 Academy, being such an incredible driver as you are, it must come with a lot of pressure, especially with the media and the headlines. How do you find that external pressure and that noise that comes with being Doriane?
Yeah, obviously it's something to handle. But racing-wise, I'm totally fine. Like, I'm in my environment. Obviously, the off-track side is a bit more stressful, like a bit more intense. But I start to feel good with it. So it takes a bit of time. You have also working with a lot of people, and I have my team around me that obviously prepare me as the best, and always there to help me and advise me on things. But yeah, it's a job. It's obviously it's not only about racing. So we need to admit it. But it's also important to share the stories. And as I said, it's for the future of our sport, and it's important to share the stories to the people can watching and say, I'm the same, or I want to do similar things. I want to be in that world, and just go for it. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you have your team around you. You obviously have the team at Mercedes that support you. What is your immediate team, and sort of how does that look on a race weekend? Like, do you have a trainer? Do you have someone that supports you with getting your head in the game?
So obviously I have my racing team. Like, I'm with Prema Racing.
Yes.
In F1 Academy, so I have my engineer, there's the team manager, my mechanic. I have 2 mechanics, and my first mechanic is a girl.
Amazing! I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good opportunity for us. Obviously, we are sharing this, and Mercedes side, obviously, there is the one that is taking off the junior program.
Yeah.
So there is or Gwen or Stefan on track with me, help me, give me advice. Structuring the weekend for me, and this is really helpful, obviously. And obviously racing next to Formula One, I'm very close to the F1 team, so I can see Toto, I can see a lot of people, obviously, and follow F1, the race and qualifying and everything if I want. And I have my trainer that is following me everywhere.
Yeah.
So in the racetrack and all the races I'm doing, and also at home, training with me.
I imagine you're not at home that often.
No, I'm not at home often,
Yeah.
no, to be honest. But yeah, he's following me quite a lot. Yeah.
How do you find the physical side of it? Do you enjoy the exercise? Do you enjoy the strength? Is there specific parts of the training that you prefer?
Yeah, I do like strength training. We are doing a lot of gym.
Yeah.
So pushing quite a lot. Obviously, pushing the limits forward is not always a pleasure, but no, it's still good, because when you push a limit and you finish the day, you're like, I did it.
Yeah.
It was, to be honest, it feels very
painful at the time, but afterwards you're like,
it feels
okay,
good.
Great.
It feels good, and that's why I'm doing it every day, because I'm feeling better every day and feeling stronger, and obviously it's very important. It's fundamental to be good in the car, to perform, and to just focus on what you're doing and not physically saying it's tough and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to be very, very good at physically in the car to perform as best. So.
Yeah. And how have you found the mental side of it as well? Because obviously it's physically demanding, but also being any athlete, you've got to have a specific mindset that you get yourself in. You know, you've got good days, bad days, tougher sessions. How do you make sure that you're really prepared for these sessions on track? Is there a sort of a mental routine that you have, or is there things that you try and do to make sure that you're as focused as possible?
Yeah, and the mental aspect is also very important, fundamental for a sport career, but also for the life, for other jobs. So I'm working with someone that obviously we are talking about
mindset.
Mindset and approach, and how to deal with emotions and stuff. So it's obviously a lot more in detail than that, but it's very important to know yourself as best, to understand why you react and how you will deal with it. And
interesting.
So I really enjoy this part of it. I love talking about psychology and stuff, so it's really, really interesting, and obviously, as I said, physically you have to feel good, but mentally you have to feel also in a good window to perform. And absolutely. If you're in this zone, you just perform.
Perform at your best.
Very good.
Yeah. And obviously you mentioned having the Mercedes Formula One team around alongside you at the races. The Team Viewer report mentions how important it is to have a community around you and have mentors as well. Do you have mentors within the team? And if so, who and what kind of advice have they given you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people is part of my bubble.
Team?
Of my team. Obviously, Mercedes has a lot of experience in the junior series in Formula One. They have been so successful for many years, so obviously they bring me a lot of advice every day I'm working with them, so it's very grateful, and also I'm part of the Iron Dames project. You know, I've been entering the project in 2021, so from there my career started basically. And Deborah Meyer, the founder of the project, is a powerful woman that inspired me a lot. And she is the one that showed me that everything is possible. She gave me obviously opportunities and other opportunities for the other girls around, not only drivers but for all of us. And she's the one who inspired me every day to push my limits forward, and to be honest, to reach my goals, that is to be Formula One driver. So
amazing. And do you have a similar community within the Formula One Academy? Obviously this is your second year in the series. Do you have specific whether that's teammates or other competitors, or even team members within Prema that help you out there?
Yeah, obviously, being working with my first mechanic, Laura,
Yeah,
she has a good character, and she's a hard worker as well. So it's very powerful to work with other women in the sport, and obviously other drivers. We are obviously talking to each other, but it's competition. So obviously, but I met some good people, and I'm glad I'm met in my way.
Yeah, nice. So away from the racetrack now, how do you fully switch off? Like, do you have any specific hobbies that allow you to completely detach from racing?
I like tennis. So I'm
yeah.
playing a bit of tennis.
Watching as well, or just playing?
Playing. Yeah. Oh no, watching. Well, obviously watching. There's Roland Garros now,
yeah, of
so
course.
obviously I'm watching it. Yeah.
Who do you support, tennis-wise?
I cannot say.
You can't say.
No, otherwise I will make no friends. Imagine. No, I'm watching tennis.
Yes.
Man and woman, obviously.
Yeah.
And no, during a day off, I like to be in the nature, like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because we are so much in the noise and
literal noise on track.
Yeah. So I like nature. I like the sea. I like the mountains. So obviously, walking in the mountains will be a perfect day to switch off. Obviously, spending time with my family is also very important to me because I don't see them often. Sometimes they come to the racetrack, but sometimes no. So obviously, traveling a lot when I'm home, I'm feeling home because I'm seeing my family. So this is really important as well.
Yeah. Do you feel quite homesick at all? Like, do you ever have moments when you're traveling and you think, gosh, I just wish I had a night in my own bed at home?
Yeah, obviously, you want to sleep in your own bed always, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with traveling. I like exploring the world, to be honest. I like to see new culture, going to China or stuff. It's so interesting, meeting people. It's great. So I like it. But obviously, home is home, and and when we are there, we all enjoy it.
Yeah. Do you have a specific place that you visited that has been your favourite, or I guess the culture has been totally different that's intrigued you or inspired you?
I've been on holidays in Norway. It's beautiful.
It looked beautiful. I've never been,
insane.
but I would love to.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's like it's another world, like another planet.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain, but it's only mountains and water, and it's just speechless when you see the landscape and the nature. It's beautiful. So I've been there for 10 days and was.
What time of year did you go?
January.
January. Was it really cold?
Snow like crazy.
Did you see the Northern Lights?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Yes. They look incredible. Because we did see the Northern Lights in the UK. Yeah. Rubbish. I live in the centre of Manchester. I couldn't see a thing.
Yeah, I know.
I tried to see it on my phone. No. I couldn't see a thing. Too much light pollution.
It's true that in the phone you see more than what you see with the eyes. But no, you have to go to Norway to see it. I
would love to. So I grew up doing mountains and lakes holidays with my family. So they didn't bother with beaches that much.
Okay.
Growing up, I was like, I just want to go and lie on a beach. But now I look back and I think I'm very grateful that they used to take me to the Alps in summer and we'd go hiking and mountain biking and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
this is nice.
I do love lakes and mountains. So I think Norway definitely has to be on there. And I've heard that New Zealand is incredible for the scenery.
I guess. Yeah, I've never been, but
not really got many races over there. So.
No, that's the thing.
That's the issue. Maybe we'll have to try and get one on the track.
Yeah, on the ice maybe.
Maybe.
Why not?
Yeah. Are there any races upcoming that you're looking forward to visiting?
Montreal, obviously, is the next one, and very looking forward to it. I've never been to Canada, so
amazing.
And I think racing there is also very cool. So.
Yeah, it's an incredible track. So
yeah.
What are you doing to prepare for Canada?
So I'm doing some simulator with my team with Prema, watching videos, watching on boards, watching races. For the racecraft, for overtakes.
Look at the overtake moments.
Yeah. And obviously training with my trainer, And that's it.
Nice, exciting. So is there when we talk about overtakes and your driving style, obviously the different types of racing, so F1 Academy, single-seaters versus endurance racing. How would you say that you adapt your driving style for the different kinds of races that you do?
I adapt to the car I'm driving.
Yeah,
so obviously it's very different to single-seater racing to endurance racing I've been doing before. So I've been doing GT racing, LMP2.
Yeah.
That is more prototype, like more downforce, a bit more close to the single-seater side, but it's still very heavy compared to a single-seater car. So I'm adapting to it. Obviously, when I switched to single-seater, I had to learn the base for the technique and stuff because it's totally different.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting to know that you have the ability to switch between cars. Obviously now I've stopped the endurance racing at the moment, but it was beautiful experience and beautiful years with Doriane Pin's team, and switching to single-seater racing obviously was the goal to switch into it, because obviously my ultimate goal is to reach Formula One, so they helped me to have this opportunity to switch it, and races is more intense. Obviously, it's shorter, but it's all about performance and all about overtakes and fighting spirit. So I love it. Yeah.
Are you really into the data? Is data a big part for you, where you constantly analysing and seeing how you can be improving and changing and things like that?
I'm in love with that. I'm constantly in front of it.
Well, you're in the right job for that then, aren't you?
I'm watching data, so the comparison for everything I'm doing on track, and talking with my engineers. It's so important to step up every time I'm jumping in the car. So it's really cool to watch it. Yeah.
Were you into, and were you good at that in school?
No. But
so then how have we got here?
I don't know. It's maybe it's because it's motorsport.
So you're interested. So that's why.
Yes, because at school it's very general. So maybe when you're focusing, obviously, in life you have to do what you love. And when you do what you love, you're fully committed and you understand very easily. So data I was not good at math at school, but data it's something that interests me from the beginning, and I'm very good. Good at it. Obviously, I have an engineer looking at data with
they'll
me.
They'll be pleased that you're interested in the data, because if you weren't getting into those crucial parts of racing, then you're not as competitive ultimately.
Exactly.
So you've got to have that well-rounded understanding. So to round it off, you said that Formula One is the goal. Of course, that would be incredible. What do you see as the steps are between where you are now and how you get there, outside of just climbing through the formulas? What, in terms of physical, mental, everything? I know that's a big question.
Yeah, obviously you have to step up in every areas. Obviously, jumping in other categories, improving your physical aspect. Obviously, until Formula One, you don't have power steering. So it's very into physical aspect. Obviously, mental aspect as well, because more you're getting through the categories, more is tough, and more there's less drivers, and the best one all together, basically. And but I love competition, and I hope I'm gonna climb this in my career and reach Formula One day. But I know it's far still, but I have the right people around me to help me to achieve it. So it's on me, and I will work for it. Yeah.
Amazing. And do you have anything off track that you also want to achieve? Like, is there anything specific outside of racing that you would love to do? Putting you on the spot there.
Inspiring young girls, inspiring people to believe in themselves and just go for what you love in life. I think it's very powerful to have this tool to help people out. Is also my tool to take it out and
to continue on after you've finished racing one day, if you ever do.
No, I will never. I will never finish racing.
So do you think in the future you'll be there old behind the wheel.
Yeah,
still doing that such. Dori's still going.
I will be 100 years old. I will be still driving
Until they take you out of the cockpit themselves, you'll still be racing. I love to hear it. Well, thank you so much. It's been lovely to chat. Lovely to get to know you better, and best of luck with the final races in F1 Academy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.